Hello everyone, this is John. Good to see you again. So today is our second episode for my side. So I'm gonna share a little bit of my experience and same time as other method or understanding about how I improve my English and how you can improvise or develop it to yourself. So let's start. So first point, what I see people learn differently. For example, people learn from out resource, watching movie or the TV drama like the American the TV episode of the Netflix. So some people listened and they directly do the dissertation like like dictator dictating dictator yeah dictating the sounds and the record for all the information and find the key information and learn from that and to copy that. So but I found that there's an issue. We all need to make our own English, the style on the speaking side, because everyone is different in the understanding and react. So on the other hand, find what is in you and try experience that. For example, when I teach IELTS speaking for the test, this is the when you go to university in UK or United Kingdom. I normally give the pros and con. There's a plus point and there's a minus point. There's a positive and negative point. So whatever the subject, you draw the middle line, and the first side is a positive to talk about a few things, and another side it can be negative, but what can you develop from that negative side of it? So developing some idea from that subject, so you can talk about that even more. And some people say reading a good material, it helps. Like start with a children's story or the favorite books from the movie you like to watch. So improve your sound on the speaking. So what I mean by like copying on the internet, like on the YouTube, and repeat and doing the same again and again to repeat after that, to get used to with your mouth, and then the sound you can hear it. So it's very important step you need to take. So it's about how smart the way of thinking or taking about your action yourself, like articulate it to make your mind an idea and say it in logical way. So how to express your thinking and find a way uh, and the right vocabulary, of course you need to use it, and the word that comes into you. So when I did take the CELTA course, it's teaching English for the other people. I ended up did a TESOL, so I attend the class, and so it teaches me on that the one of teacher. So over 80% is not native. Only about 14% are native speaker or who living in actually UK or United States, so who speak native English. So who is really actually the native speaker is so small, but on the teenage year can possibly to copy what I mean, like they can actually learn another second language like good as a native speaker, speak like English, yeah, that's what I meant, or do like think like English. But when you have become adult over 15 or 13, you say it's very difficult to grow in. It's like you are a black paper in your head and try to rubbing in to some of the vocabulary in your side. So I ask this same question one of my Swiss friends, how he actually learned his English here in Bournemouth. His name is Chris, and he said few months he tried this and it really worked for him, so you might try. So he and his another friends Mark, they sat on this first day in the class and they become a good friends, so they talk in Swiss German. So next day they promised just between them, so two guys said, we're gonna speak only English for at the end of this until at the end of this course. So they kept that promise and they practice every day, during the break time and so on, so forth, and it really worked for them. So Chris really inspired me to speak only English, even with my Korean people I know from the church and outside. So I asked my dearest Pastor Daniel, can I speak English only for the Korean community? We have quite a lot here, and now most of them are settled or gone, but in that time. So that was my step one, like 2003 I done it, and for 9 years I spoke only English, far from my parents. So that's a beauty, so you have to really enjoy. So the main message today is don't study. So famous Oxford Cornerstone, if you go, actually I can find it for you. I bought it actually. So when I went to Oxford, it says here, why study? The more I study, the more I know. The more I know, the more I forget. The more I forget, the less I know. So why study? It talks about your motivation. So sometimes we wonder, in the morning, like where is my motivation? Where are you, motivation? But we're crying out for it. So I'm not asking everybody to get up in a certain time, let's rejoicing it and let's speak only English. I don't mean that. What I mean, physically you can do like maybe 2 sentences a day. That's what I did. So every day 2 sentences a day to master it. Like I still remember in the one phrase in the grammar book, Grammar and News, that's specific name. What a beautiful weather, isn't it? So that's a sentence, and I changed it like to see another friend say, what a fantastic weather, isn't it? What a wonderful weather, isn't it? So all adjective can be changeable. So what a tremendous storming you saw last night. So I keep changing the tense or the sentences and to interact with the people so I can get some feedback. So some ways, not always you are in the right context, you know what I mean? Like you cannot just randomly go somebody's, just asking stuff. So it's not like that. So I go to the friends, ask, can I practice English if you don't mind for a few minutes? And then my normally friend said, it's fine. Like Jerome normally said, it's fine. Just you can practice whenever. So in break time, so I write it 2 sentences on the like little sticker or the notebook. So I teared it off, or I have this, or now you can use the phone anyway. So every 2 sentences I use it to master it, to keep changing it, keep modify, and to make my sentence. So I've done that for a good 6 months, and I went to college, and then 3 university I graduated, and now I have a father of 2, and I'm working in the resettlement team, helping the refugees and asylum seeker. So, and it's all about out of respect for the people, you always learn from them as well. So give what their interest. So really tune, listening ear, and try meditate, or even their names. And it's very difficult to remember people's names. So today's subject mainly about practicing what is your name. And my name is John. I come from South Korea. So what is your name? this is the number one common question you will get. What is your name? But how to remember it, I give you some techniques what I learned so far. So if you ask somebody's name in English, obviously, and try to remember their name, like let's say like I met Japanese friends for Mitsuko, and it's very difficult to remember it, but I try to remember that name, Mitsuko. So I asked her, how do you spell your name? Does it have any meaning? So I repeat the Mitsuko name a couple of times, and I try to remember it. Obviously, I have to write it physically or type it, on the phone. So or write it even in Korean to remember it. So next time when I see that person, I can say, "Hi, Mitsuko." Or on that spot, I have to ask a couple of more questions. Make it's more you are interested in to get to know the person. So it's all about relationship. I think the building up the good relationship around us, then people help you, and then you're helping yourself really through that. So hopefully you get a lot out of this my I don't know experience. So hopefully you will take some idea, and next time when you see it, don't study English, but really enjoy it. I think that's the best outcome you will get. Try to master as a little success and celebrate it, obviously. Then hopefully you will get good result. So today we talk about that, and I just quickly go through anything I missed. Yeah. So some people are very critical what they learn or listen, and but critical about themselves. They are such a judgmental about themselves. So I ask, please don't do that. No one is perfect, I think. So don't compare with other people. I think it's very difficult not to do or not to worry or the concern about your future. But today is the moment, and live this today as it is, as it comes. So I give a picture. So do you know that sand clock? So it drops in the middle, the sand, one by one. If everything crash in to go same to the sand clock, when you turn, you're not going through. Maybe jam, or is it just you have to unblock it, which is one at a time. So think about next time. Today comes and goes, so one at a time. So you have to chew it. English vocabulary you have to use in the sentence and keep applying. I know you will make a mistake, but I can see many European students who speak very fast. They stopped their own native language and really practicing English and working in the Starbucks and I don't know, Costa or other coffee shop or the restaurant, and I was one of them. You have to interact with the people and get the mistake out of you and keep making mistake until you get the right impression or the express your mind. I know it's very frustrating at the start, but don't give up. God is never give up on us. So I pray for you, and hopefully God bless you, and see you next time. Bye.